I quit. Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and welcome back to another episode in my Eyeshadows of Shame series. Folks, today I quit. Sometimes failure is an option. It's okay to give up on your dreams. It's okay to quit and all those other sayings. I quit. I quit on these. Look, I made some really okay and some pretty looks with this. I got 4 looks out of these and I just can't keep going. I don't like these. They're being decluttered. I'll show you the looks that I did, but look, the formula on these is just terrible. I look at these and I am uninspired and frustrated, and they're just not good. I have all of these colors in other eyeshadow palettes, so if I want to recreate any of the looks that I did create, I have better formulas, I have better colors. I just don't like these. This matte shadow, the only matte shadow of the collections that I used in my video, it just fell out. So one moment, please. All right, this is the kind of day we are having. I accidentally hit stop instead of record, so now I've got to say all these words all over again. This is real time what the eyeshadow that just jumped out of my palette looked like. I was going to show you this matte color. It's the one in the middle, the only one, and it is now in pieces in my lap, and yeah, this is fun. So let me take a moment and clean that up. So by now, hopefully I've cycled through all of the eyeshadow looks that I created with this palette, these palettes, and you know what? I have all of these shades in better formulas in my collection. I'm not going to keep these. The formula is terrible for my purposes. I think these would be great for someone who just wants a wash of color or who isn't really into using much color or wants to have these in their collection as kind of a supplement, but it's not for me. This formula is not for me. I do not like these at all. The one matte shadow was good. This, I'm not even going to open this anymore. This peach shade is lovely, but again, I have this in other formulas. I have it in, I'm pretty sure I have it in an Urban Decay formula, and I know I have it elsewhere. But these are going to go in my declutter bin because I just not going to put myself through that anymore. It doesn't bring me joy. And the whole point of makeup for me is to find joy and creativity. And when I sit down, or when I sat down and I tried to pick those up and create looks, I just felt frustrated, and that's not what I'm going for here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pull up my Decide Now app here. Okay, let me try to get us in focus, and I'm going to spin the wheel again. And we're going to do something else today. We're going to start over, do another round. All right, fantastic. This is the Zessie Fireworks eyeshadow palette. It's actually one of my newest palettes and one that I have not used at all yet. Let me go grab that one and let's create a look. I just spent so much time rambling about the frustration that those NYX palettes have caused me over the last 2 weeks that I have forgotten to even introduce this project. If you're new here, welcome. My Eyeshadows of Shame series is not an actual shaming series at all. It's more of a way for me to take a playful dig at myself and the stack of eyeshadow palettes that are collecting dust that I have not used or have used so few times that I've forgotten how they perform. I've forgotten the looks that I could create, etc. with them. It's a way for me to get back into my collection and to either use every shade in the palette or to create a minimum of 5 looks so that I could come back and actually form a decent opinion on them. So this so far has been a really super fun project, and I'm so sad that this has been my first failure. But you know what? That's good. It's good that not everything is going to work, because it really makes me take a look at what I have and why I have it. And if it doesn't work, to move it on out. I also know that, like I said in my intro, that NYX shadows kind of fall on a spectrum from okay to I can't. So I'm not sure if I'm ever going to buy another NYX eyeshadow product again. That remains to be seen. Like I said, that one matte shade was really good. My Midnight Chaos palette is okay. I can make it work, but I'm just probably going to stick to NYX's eyeliners and glitter glue for a while. So let me show you the palette that I spun. This is the ZC or Zessie Fireworks 16 color eyeshadow in, or 09 is what it's called. I think they might have renamed it. I'm not quite sure, but this is the cover. It's very shiny. And I haven't taken the plastic off the mirror. I actually received this as a Christmas gift last year. So, you know, 4 months ago. It's been sitting on my shelf unused, and I love this little sheet, so I'm going to keep that in there because there is a pressed glitter. I have dug my fingers into the pressed glitter, but this is what the palette looks like. There's some really pretty pastel shades, a couple of browns for some neutral looks, and of course those really fun purples and blues and greens that I just love. I'm really excited to play with this palette today. I feel like maybe my color balance might be off a little bit, but this shade is more of a red than an orange. Excuse me, more of a red than an orange. I hope that comes across there. Yeah, I think that looks about right. So let me gather up some supplies and we'll create a look with this today. So this eyeshadow palette has 16 shades in it, or 16 pans, and it actually looks like, I know this one is a very, very big, chunky glitter, kind of like the ColourPop Glitterly Obsessed glitters, but it's definitely very emollient and kind of in an oil, and more of a big chunky glitter there that will not be going on my eyes. I just don't trust glitter particles this size to be on or near my eyes at all. Yeah, it's very chunky. But I think that this purple shade, this pinky purple, oh yeah, that's a glitter too. That is a glitter shade as well. See that there? You can tell there's a little bit of a base pigment as well as glitter there, and you can see those particles moving around some, so that is definitely a glitter. And I can't tell if this one is a glitter, so let's try this one. Is this one? No, this one is a shimmer shadow. I can tell by feeling it. Oh, look at how pretty. That is like summer mermaid vibes right there. Oh, that is gorgeous. And then this down here is more like a black with red particles, and okay, that is also not a glitter. That is very much a same like a creamy consistency with little micro particles in it, and not picking up too much on that micro particle there, that micro shimmer. But yeah, okay, so that's not a glitter too. We do have two glitters in this palette, this one here, and this one. Those two are clearly glitters. Let me go wash off my hands and then we'll create an eye look. I've got some tools and ready to play. But look at the cute embossing on these pans. It's a dancing skeleton. Okay, so listen, I just need a win today. So I'm going to see if I can create my perfect neutral look using some of these mauve tones and some of this purple down at the bottom. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with I think I'm going to do something a little different. I think I'm going to have a little picture of my palette here or here, and I will just kind of like put a little heart emoji or something around the shade that I use. I think it might make it a little bit easier for both of us. And okay, so I dipped my brush in there and it picked up quite a bit of pigment, so nicely, just a little bit of kick up in the pan. I've heard some people really love this eyeshadow brand, and I've never used this before. I'm moving just a little closer here. I've never used this before. This is a first impression for me. Part of it has been I have just been using so many other palettes in my collection. Am I in focus? Am I in focus? Nope. There we go. I've been using so many other eyeshadow palettes in my collection this year so far that I just haven't picked this one up yet. And also I just didn't want to get into that embossing. So here we are, and okay, it is blending nicely. The pigment is applying nicely, and I like that color there. Okay, this blended pretty nicely here, evenly on the lid and over my primer. A little patchy over here, but that's okay. And it looks a little bit sheer, but I think it might just be the light washing it out on camera. It definitely looks a little more pink in my viewfinder than it does on my lids. It's not the most even blend, but I could probably take a little more time with it. Usually when I have a new palette, I like to do a shape that I'm most comfortable with and familiar with, and I usually pick shadows that I know are going to be winners for me, looks that I'm comfortable with. That way I have some safe looks that I can go to, and usually it's just really helps me fall into getting to know a palette. If I can create consistent looks using techniques and colors that I like, that's usually a good sign. All right, next I'm going to tickle that rib cage with the same brush and go over here just to create a little bit of color in the middle of the lid and in the crease and see how these colors blend. And so far not bad. Again, the matte is a little bit dusty, but it's not unworkable. It's very workable. And again, I just love these mauve and pink tones here. Okay, and that's blending beautifully. It looks a little bit harsher there than it does here. Sometimes cameras pick up way more than my eyes, like these pores here, but that's okay. All right, I'm just gonna blend and blend and blend. I really love this color combination so far. I think that it works beautifully here. That pink and that lilac-y purple, very, very pretty. All right, I really like this color. This eye look. I'm going to take a little bit of this hand shade on a clean brush, which looks very similar. It's a little more purple leaning than I thought it was going to be, which is interesting. And let's take that in here to see how that does. And yeah, it definitely feels a little more purple than pink, which, okay, we're just going to work with it, Okay, all right, that's where we are, All right, now for the lid color, I do want to use this really pretty pinky shimmer next to the rib cage, and that's just, oh yeah, there we go. That's so pretty. I'm just gonna take it on my fingertip today and put that right on top. We're gonna start with the fingertip application just to see how it looks. And okay, so it appears most of the shimmer has remained behind on my finger. So the next step is going to be spray my brush. Just taking some of my setting spray. I'm going to get some of that on the brush and pick it up here. So hopefully we can get some of that shimmer on the lid. Oh yeah, that's much better. Not ideal, not exactly what I want, but better. The next step would be to take my NYX glitter primer and see how that applies, which I think I'm actually going to do to my other lid just so I can get comparison of what I'm going to need to expect from this palette. For the other eye, I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer on my fingertip and I'm just going to go over, ooh, that's a lot. I think I probably grabbed too much. You know what? It's fine. It's cleaning day anyway. Just going to grab some of this on my fingertip and tap it out here. And then on the same brush, I'm just going to dry it off just a bit. And I'm using my yoga pants today because that's where we are. That's just the life I'm living, I guess. And I'm just going to take some more of that on the brush here. It's still a little bit damp, so I mean, whatever, it is what it is. Okay, so that makes a big difference. It makes a really big difference. Fingertip versus damp brush versus glitter glue. Very, very, very different. Very different results. And I think so far the glitter glue is the best. So let me see if I can maintain focus on the camera and show you. This side is with a damp brush, just a spritz with some of my Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. And this side is over top of the NYX glitter glue. I feel like this eye is way more intense as far as the shimmer goes. And the pigmentation, the base pigmentation underneath that shimmer is really pretty too. I like that a lot, a lot, a lot. It's a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be, I think, but it's still very pretty. So let's lighten it up and tweak the balance just a little bit more. You know what? I kind of want to see how this deep blackened with the micro glitter works. Let's test some of that out there. I grabbed the tiniest bit on a small brush, and if you watched the playback for my Kristen Leanne palette, I did kind of a similar look, a similar technique by taking just a little bit of the black and blending it in with that shimmery purple or the shimmery pink to create this really beautiful color. And that's really pretty here too. I like this a lot. It's blending in beautifully, just giving it a nice hint of depth out here. And I'm just continuing to bring this shape around. And I grabbed the tiniest bit so it's not too dark, but this is really pretty. And yeah, the color is just a little bit off balance here. Hopefully when I play this back, it'll look better. But yeah, that's exactly what I want there. I wanted just a little tiny bit of depth and shape out here. And I feel like this is giving exactly what I wanted. Let me bounce it on the other side. We had a little trouble blending over here. And again, my camera just looks a little bit more harsh than it needs to. Anyway, this eye looks really good. This is what I wanted over here. I mean, it's not perfect. I think maybe this might be one of those palettes where you want to lay down the darker shadow first, but I'm not dissatisfied with the blending in real life. I'm not dissatisfied with it at all, except this one. This one does look a little bit harsh and a little bit, a lot of it unblended, but I don't know if that's the color application or my eye. It is feeling a little bit sensitive today, and I don't normally have sensitive eyes, but my skin is feeling a little tender there. So anyway, yay allergies. Let's go ahead and put a shimmer on the inner and then do the waterline. For my eyeliner, I have chosen the NYX Faux Whites in Lavender Blush. Again, NYX does make some great products, but that eyeshadow is just, no. All right, let me go do this. I'm going to continue staring at this palette until inspiration for a color strikes me, and we'll be back to finish off this. Let's try balancing out in reverse. So I had put the purple on top, or put the purple down first on the lid. So let's try underneath here to give just a little bit of smokiness. I'm going to use that dark shade, and let's see if maybe the application is meant to be the reverse. So you put the darker color down first and the lighter colors over top of it to get just a little bit of that different kind of blend. Let's see if it makes a difference. Just wiping this off on my pants because I'm an adult and I can do that. Okay, now back in with the foot bone. Okay, so this does make a little bit of a difference. The order of application does affect the blend. As you can see, it looks like this is coming out just a little more lavender underneath than it did on top. I'm not mad about it. We'll go ahead and finish that inner corner with the same brush. And since it is the lower lash line, I'm just going to not poke myself in the eye next time and do a little bit all the way over. really like this flat angled brush. This is so great for lid shimmers and for lining the eyes. It's one of my favorites. And this is honestly, it's a U Spicy. I bought this in a big brush roll set off of Amazon years and years ago. And I don't know if anyone makes this shape of brush. If you know who makes this shape of brush, let me know, because I want more of these. I really love this shape. And it's thin, so it's perfect for spritzing and for glitter application. Oh, I just love this brush. Now what I'm going to do with the same brush is, since this, we know that this is just a sheerer application when it's on just the primer, I'm just going to pull that in the middle here, and then what's left? Now we have neighbors mowing, so this is fun. This is fun, sorry. Ground level, it's springtime, I can't help this. So now I'm going to take that shade number 1, and I'm going to see if this could be an optional cleanup shade for me for around here. It's a little bit dark, so this definitely won't be a cleanup color for me, but for now it's just okay. Just trying it out, just playing, just having fun, seeing what works, trying things out. Okay, and I think there's really not a good inner corner highlight in this palette, which, I mean, fine, not every palette has to have that, but I kind of wish I did have something. So for this look, I haven't chosen a highlighter today, so I'll probably grab my highlighter and use a cooler tone highlighter to bring in and do that. Just a second. Here's the finished look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh, my lashes are being ornery today too. Anyway, so I'm happy with how it turned out overall. Again, I decided to go ahead and leave this side that has the setting spray damp brush alone, and compare it to how the NYX Glitter Glue Shimmer side wears the rest of the day. I reached into my Elva 2 by Odin's Eye for my facial highlight today, which is this really pretty pinky purple shift for that inner corner. You can see more of the purple in it, but I used the shade Sylphs right here, which is, oh my goodness, so pretty. Let me just swatch that for you. It's very pretty. It can go on very sheer like this, and it's just this really subtle pinky purple. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I thought that it would be really pretty with this eye look today. And I know my lips are a little bit much, but sneak peek, I am so close to finishing up my Marc Jacobs lipstick in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And ooh, so she's gonna be the lipstick that I reach for every day until it's gone, no matter what my eye look. Anyway, that's it for me today. I am really looking forward to playing with this eyeshadow palette again. These colors are so pretty. They're pretty for spring. They're pretty for year-round, really. I mean, there's some really pretty browns in here. You know that I am not the biggest wearer of brown eyeshadow, but I'm gonna try, because my goal is to use every shade at least once or create 5 looks using this palette with this project. And some of the cute little embossing has already worn away. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to show you because of the lights. Some of the little embossing has worn away already, but that's okay. It's not a lot. I used this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and a little bit of these two. No, I didn't use the skull at the top. But yeah, and you can see how pretty it is, and there's a lot of pigment in here, and I look forward to creating more looks with this. I think this is a really pretty color story. Again, this glitter in the middle, I might, you know, just do some glitter freckles or something with it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing with this and creating some looks. I just, listen, in all of the thousands, hundred thousands of eyeshadows out there, formulas, palettes, everything, there's bound to be some stinkers, and it's okay to fail. Failing is how I know it's time to move on and how to adjust when necessary. And this was one of those times that was definitely very necessary. Makeup should bring you joy. For me at least, makeup is here to bring me joy, and they were not bringing me joy, and I just needed to move on. It helps me find my creativity again, and I'm really looking forward to playing with this finally. So I'll grab a quick picture before I ruin the embossing on these. And I think because there are no names of these shades, what I'll do is I'll just have, like I said, either right in this corner or right in this corner when I do my playback to tell you what items I used, which shades I used. And when I go do my recap, hopefully in a few weeks' time, I'll have a different handle on this. I'll have a better idea of what I like, what I dislike, how I use it, and again, I'm really looking forward to it. If you want to see ahead of time some sneak peeks or just kind of take a look into my everyday creativity, you can follow me on Instagram at tiffany.hamblin, where I post daily makeup content. I'm currently working on my 300 days of eyeshadow project. I have my organic project pan that is running, and I'm hoping to have an update on that for you in a little bit. You can also follow me over on TikTok, same handle at tiffany.hamblin, where I post my aerial silks journey, required influencer posts, and a little bit of random shenanigans. So yeah, that's everything for me today. Thank you so much for spending some of your very valuable time with me today. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. Slowing down, getting excited here. So that's everything for me today. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Until next time, stay safe and take care.